her favorite food, if you guys don't remember, was tacos. She also says she's 5 feet tall, and that's a fun size. She said that August is the 9th. I'm just quoting what she said. And also, not only that, used to be a locksmith business and got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And her whole life, let me tell you something about her. Her whole life, she's been a very, very bold young lady. And we're all proud of her. We're glad to have her back for the whole month of October. And what's her theme? Halftime Wins, regional director, who is just amazing. The great regional director, Miss Roxann Corralejo.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much, Mr. Thomas. As always, I really appreciate and am honored about this opportunity to be able to speak to everybody today. It is really, truly just a privilege. So we started out this year actually with my first call. I got a call from Mr. Thomas, and if anybody's received that call, it's really, really exciting. I didn't even know who it was, and I said, hello, and he goes, hi, this is Mr. Al Thomas. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And he asked me to be a guest speaker on this call, and I was just beyond excited because I love the information that I get from it. So it started off with one call every so often, maybe a month and a half to 2 months, and then he asked me to do 2 calls back to back. And I said, great. And my heart's pumping. Okay, 2 calls. I got to have a topic for 2 calls, something that I can talk about. We got a half hour each session. Let's see what I can do. And then we fast forward to my last call, be bold. That message was be bold. It really meant something just significant to me and how we have to be strong. And I received a call immediately after that. This call ended, and it was Mr. Thomas, and he asked me to come back and do this call every Monday in October. So 2 calls got me a little bit nervous. If you can imagine, 4 calls, a month full of calls. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. I am truly honored. And of course, just like any good leader, they are going to push you beyond your comfort zone. They are going to push you to your full potential. They're going to push you and let you know that you can do more than you think you can do. They know and they see that potential in you. So that's what Mr. Thomas has done for me today. So I'm trying to lock this in my calendar, and I'm really thinking and trying to coax myself up and saying, you got this. 4 weeks, you got this. You can do it. And then I start locking all the dates on my calendar. Yo, October has 5 weeks. So as I convince myself I can do 4, I look at it and I can do 5. But guess what? That does not matter. If I was asked to do 1 call, 2 calls, 4 calls, 5 calls, or 100 calls, guess what my answer would have been, no matter what? Yes, Sam Foster, absolutely, I'm going to. Why? Because these calls do so much for me. Whether it's me on this call reminding you to have undying faith in yourself or to be bold, or whether it's Miss Nicole Woods that reminds me if I'm in a race and I'm on that block and I look left and I look right, I'm not thinking I can't wait to come into second place. It's me knowing that, hey, I'm running this race to come in first no matter what is on the table. So whether I'm speaking or whether I'm listening, I get so much out of these calls, which is why it's a privilege that I get to share with you, and I'm trusted to share my message with you guys today. So a couple reasons why I'm really excited about this call specifically, this call today is 1, it is the first call after the national. We saw all those promotions, those extra points, those extra bonuses. Everybody is pumped. There's over 80 people on this call right now. That's how you can tell people are on fire. They're motivated, they're ready to work, they're ready to get down to business. That makes me excited. But see everybody here on this call excites me, and I'm ready to get to work. We thrive off each other's energy. The second reason why I'm really excited about today is because this is the first call to start the 4th quarter. It is the last quarter of the year, and this, I feel, is the most important quarter for a couple reasons. One reason is that I feel like it separates the strong from the weak. Now listen to me for a second. What do I mean by that? The strong people, it doesn't matter if you've been pushing all year long and you're hustling and you're getting there and you're reaching your goals and you're already almost there. By the time we get to the 4th quarter, if you're already almost there and you're still on fire, guess what? You're going to push through that 4th quarter. You're going to push through your goals. You're going to push through any levels that you set for yourself. You're going to reach higher than that. And I love that. If we've been working strong all year, this is our final quarter to lock things out, to get things going, to get things pushing even further than we even imagined. But let's say we're on the other end. Let's say, you know what, it's been a crazy year. We've had some distractions, we've had some obstacles, whether it was work that's in our lives and in our head and it's just been struggling, or whether it's family, or whether we had, it doesn't matter what is going on. Maybe it was a breakup. Whatever happened this year happened in the past. It happened this year. It happened yesterday. The start of the fourth quarter is to say, hey, it doesn't matter what happened. In spite of those family issues, in spite of work, in spite of people not believing in me, in spite of whatever was going on, I'm still going to push through. I'm still going to end this year strong. 2022 is going to be the best year of my life, even if it's only these last 3 months where I actually have massive production. So it doesn't matter what happened yesterday. What happens from here on out is what matters. And the most important reason why the fourth quarter is so important is because as we push through these next 3 months, these final months of the year, guess what's going to happen? Like a runaway train. If we push and we have momentum and we have production, we're not going to be able to be stopped. So we fly into 2023 with so much momentum. We are starting the year strong instead of saying, hey, you know what, I'll wait till my New Year's resolution in 2023. That doesn't work. That's why so many resolutions don't get completed. So this final quarter is so important to set these goals or reach those goals you have already set, no matter what it is. Think about it. Think about where you are and don't worry about what's happened. What has happened or what hasn't happened doesn't matter. What happens from today on is what's really going to get the rest of this year started. Another reason why, the last reason why I'm really excited about this call. So we had the national event that just ended. It's the start of the fourth quarter, and we are almost halfway through this 100-day challenge that Mr. Thomas had set forth for us. Almost halfway. What does that mean? That means that it doesn't matter where we were before. Some of us started off strong and we're like, yeah, we're super excited. Let's go. A free ride, a free vacation, all expenses paid. I've heard stories of people having their hand on a car for 3 days for a car. This is an all expense paid vacation by Mr. Thomas. We are not paying for anything. If you're not excited about that, I don't know what's going to excite you, because I've seen some people do some crazy things for $100. So we are almost halfway there. And all of these conversations that we've had on this call has led us to this, whether, again, it's me talking about having that undying faith in yourself, no matter where your business is right now, whether it's Stephen Payton or Julian Lewis who have given us the game plan and the blueprint and how to get there. You guys hopefully were taking notes. They told us exactly how to get those 1,000 points, exactly how to accomplish this 100-day challenge. Or Miss Nicole Woods has instilled in us that our time isn't coming. Our time isn't tomorrow or the next day. Our time is now. That's what she said all month last month. And that is a topic that I really hold close to me. So I was so excited about that topic because it's so true. Our time is not coming. Our time is now. So again, I'm going to keep saying this over and over and over this entire month. It does not happen it doesn't matter what has happened in the past. It is our time now. It is time for some half-time wins. Let's go out there. Let's get it. We are almost halfway through this challenge. Let's get those half-time wins. So one of the examples that I have to share with you guys, because we see it in movies all the time, those underdogs, those football games, baseball games, whatever it is, these people are sucking all year long, and then all of a sudden they start winning, and they're losing that final game, right? It's that last game that determines if they're the champion. They're losing. The coach takes them into the locker room at halftime, and he has that pep talk. That is what October is going to be. Not only Mondays, but Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursday, Friday. Every single one of these calls are going to be your halftime pep talk. Take notes. So this halftime pep talk is what's going to help bring what's going to happen in this last quarter, in this last half of this challenge. So what has happened to me? Those movies are awesome when they're talking about these games, but let's put in some real life situations, right? Like, I get it. It's Hollywood. Roxann, that really doesn't happen, but it does. Sometimes it does. So it's a topic I've talked about before. It was last summer. Last summer, I was on a Midnight Madness call with Efren Tejada and Jason Tisdale. And I had a great year so far, but something had happened. Just like any business, we talk about what, you guys? We're going to have our highs and we're going to have our lows. that's what was happening with me at this time. I had a great year. Our organization was doing great. We were on the charts for top recruiters, for top team building. We were doing so phenomenal. We were getting that recognition, which is why I was able to get on this call, which is why I had Miss Chanel Burt call me to be on Women Winning Wednesday. We were doing so great, but that doesn't always stay that way. Sometimes we're going to have our lows. And so about summer last year, I had a little bit of a low where I wasn't having great success. But I was like, you know what? It's okay. You get in that comfort zone. That is the scariest zone to be in. So I got into that comfort zone. Well, we've had great success. It's okay if you don't have any activity for this day or the next day or the next day. A week goes on. So we are mid-month, day 10. And we have this event coming up in Cerritos, California that they announced. A lot of the people on this call are from California. So that's why they were announcing and pushing this event. It was one of the first live events in person after COVID. So this is Cerritos, California. I live in San Antonio, Texas. I did not have any plans to going out to this event. And I know we talk about how important events are, but still COVID is still in the air. I'm still a little worried. So I'm not really planning to go to this event. So at day 10 in the month, and I remember this specifically because I was so far behind, they announced a challenge. They said, okay, so what's going to happen? We're going to have this event. One of the co-founders of the company, Mr. Tony Kupis, is going to be a speaker at this event. And what's going to happen is we're going to have this challenge, and whoever wins this challenge gets to hang out with him and us at his house, his beach house. We are riding in his Ferrari. It is phenomenal. So I said, in my mind, I said, I don't care what has to happen. I am going. I messaged my VP and I said, I'm going to be there. We haven't even finished our Midnight Madness call. And I'm already messaging him. And I'm already thinking about, okay, flights. I got to plan my flight as soon as this call is done. It is 1 a.m. in the morning on this call in San Antonio, Texas. And I'm already trying to plan on how to get there. And I have 0 reps. It is a production challenge and I have 0. Day 10. And we had that month, just that month, to produce a certain number of reps. I honestly don't even remember what it was at the time. It didn't matter what it was. Just like I mentioned, it didn't matter how many calls that I was asked to speak on. That number did not matter because I was hitting it regardless. So I said, I am in, I booked my flight, and I was still at 0. I'm hustling. I have in my mind that I am going. It doesn't matter what happened day 1, 2, 3 through 10 of that month. It is going to happen before the 30th of that month. And go figure, it did, because I had that mental mindset. I had that undying faith in myself. It can happen. So I pushed through this, and not only did I make this challenge, they had extended the challenge because I was the only person to complete it. So what does that mean? That means that even though I think we're day, 59 in this challenge, 59 days left, it does not matter. You can still make these 1,000 customer points in these 59 days. It doesn't matter how far behind you are because, one, we don't know where everybody else is in their business. We don't know what's going to happen. The only thing you can control is you. The only thing you can control is your productivity and what it is that you do. Second example, and I'm going to brag a little bit about my niece. So this year has been so great. I've had the flexibility to do whatever I want, and I enjoy it to be able to have that freedom. And I've been visiting family a lot in California. I do have family in California. So I am there. I've had a celebration of life for my stepdad. My stepdad recently passed away. We're having a celebration of life, and I'm with my family, with my sister and my nieces and my nephew. My niece has a game that Saturday. Well, that Saturday, we have to go with family. She has to get dressed up. She has to look nice, but she has a soccer game. And she says, you know what? I can't let my team down. I have to go to this soccer game. And I said, okay, I'll get up early and I'll go with you. My sister didn't go. Her siblings didn't go. She drives now, which blows my mind. So she's like, it's okay, I can drive. And I was like, no, like, what would I be if I fly all the way out here and I miss your soccer game? We go there, but we have to leave early because we have family obligations. And she tells me in the car, and she says, I'm going to score a goal today. I'm going to score a goal and we're going to win. She already declares it. 17 years old, I'm going to score a goal. We're going to win. The game goes on. It's halftime and we're ready. We got to leave. We got to go. And she has 5 more minutes at the halftime mark. Halftime wins, you guys. 5 minutes at the halftime mark. I'm already putting on her backpack. The coach puts her in, putting on her backpack. I have my chair already on my arm. I'm standing on the sidelines, and she looks over. The Ball is on the opposite end. She's a striker. She runs up front. Ball is on the opposite end. She looks at the coach and says, "Coach, how much time?" I look at my phone as he's looking at his watch, and he puts up 1 minute. She's like, 1 minute. I'm getting this goal. All of a sudden, the ball gets chipped. Two girls go running after it, her and her teammate. Her teammate says, "Go, use your speed." She has two defenders coming at her. She blasts through the middle of them. They turn around. They're chasing her. She's running for the goal. Now it's her and the goalie and two people on her tail. She goes, she kicks the ball, and she walks it straight into the goal. She scores a goal the last 30 seconds that we have on this field. I'm running up the sideline saying, "Yeah, go." I have all this stuff on me. I'm screaming. She gets this goal in that net, and she's jogging off the field just cool. She jogs up next to me, and we walk off the field and leave. Everyone's like, "What's happening? You just scored. What's going on?" And we're like, "We got to go." So I want to tell you guys a couple of things that I learned from her, and I know my time is up. Let me finish this real quickly. Is one of the things is that people are watching you. People are depending on you. Whether it's your team, whether it's your kids, whether it's your niece, it doesn't matter. But whether it's people that's waiting for you to fail, there are people watching you, and there are also people believing in you. You have to show up. First thing is show up. If you don't show up, guess what? Nothing's going to happen. Oh, and they ended up winning that game 1-0. Her goal won that game for her team. Show up, minimum. You just have to show up. Secondly, the confidence and determination she had in herself. She said, "I am going to score a goal and we're going to win." It didn't matter how the game went. She knew she was scoring a goal, and she followed through with that. Even down to the last 30 seconds, she followed through. She always has a cheerleader. That's one thing I noticed too, whether I'm at the game, my sister's at the game, her team is on the sideline, other parents, there's always going to be a cheerleader. So I want you guys to realize that even sometimes it might feel as an entrepreneur that you're alone. I get that feeling. It happens a lot. But you are not alone, because I promise you, every single person on this call, Sam Foster, Catherine, Rick, everybody on this call, I am your cheerleader. Just message me, just shoot me a message. Let me know what's going on. Let me know your goals. And guess what? I'm going to help you through that. But what's great about all the 80 people on this call is that it's not just me. You have a whole team of cheerleaders on this call, and we're going to help you. We're going to help you grow and get there. And lastly, it's that the last lesson I learned from her is that the game is not over until that whistle is blown. The game is not over, y'all. It is time for those halftime wins. So one thing I want you to do is I want to ask you guys for just this month of October, not even for the rest of the year, just this month, is set a goal, declare something, whatever it is. Type it. I'm not sure if the chat is open yet or not. Just write it down, send it to someone, make sure other people see it, speak it to yourself, to other people. Chat is open. Awesome. Send in a declaration. I just last night, and that's why I'm doing this today, I received a declaration who sent it out to a group text from Miss Jen Olson. She said that she's going to make RD by her 21st birthday. She's going to be 21. Her 21st birthday, which is in November of this year. By the end of this month, she's going to hit it. She made that declaration, she spoke it, and she shared it with everybody. So I want you guys, every single person, make a declaration. Your goal, what it is that you're going to hit this month. Please write it down, because that's going to follow through the next topics of this month. That is what I have today. I want to send it back to Mr. Thomas. I'm not quite sure if you're back on the call yet, but I just want you guys to know that the game is not over until that whistle is blown. Go out there, go get it. Let's hustle. Right now is the time to get out